everyone, this is Julia with episode number 60 of the Mixology Talk podcast. With Halloween behind us, theoretically, we should be talking about fall or Thanksgiving. But let's be honest, it's time to think about Christmas presents. And the nice thing is that if you've been listening to this podcast, or if you're a bartender, you have some tricks up your sleeve that you may not know you have. And these are amazing techniques that you can use to create great gifts for your family that seem really fancy and, frankly, they're pretty cheap. So we're going to talk today about some great ideas for DIY holiday gifts that, frankly, your family will not know were super cheap. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of different techniques, and most of these techniques, if not all of them, have actually been covered by a video or a blog post that we've done in the past. So in the interest of not making you download a 4-hour-long podcast episode, we're going to go ahead and include those links in the show notes, which you can find at mixologytalk.com/60.
4-hour podcast. Oh my God, that would be so painful.
It would be really boring.
Oh,
we would run out of things
I'm already
to say.
bored. And
it's true.
Yeah, sorry guys. That's pretty much it. We'll see you later.
That's it. Yeah, we're done.
But
kidding.
So yeah, we do have a lot of different ideas for DIY gifting, and these are just general ideas, and feel free to run and go crazy with all of them. So,
and we've tried most of these. I think
we've actually gifted most of these.
Our family. We're running out of ideas. I think our family has pretty much received everything there is to make.
Yeah, I think for Christmas, everyone just expects that we're going to give them booze now, which is fine.
Yeah,
they're probably right.
I think they're probably pretty happy about that, actually.
But yeah, so we've done this for many years, and it's always something we look forward to. The spirits that we give usually make it through the holiday season. It's kind of crazy.
But not far after.
Yeah, not far after. But it's always kind of a nice thing. You know, it's a real personalized gift. It gets, it gives you an opportunity to kind of show off some of the skills as a bartender that you have. And it makes things really personal and interesting. So
definitely.
The very first gift is infusions.
And of course, this, you wouldn't call it an infusion on the label, but one example of what I've done in the past is I just bought a bottle of inexpensive but not bad brandy, and I made an apricot brandy for my dad.
Yeah, and he loves it. He looks forward to it every year now.
He better, because he's getting it every year.
Sorry, Julia's dad.
No, it really did come out very, very good. Not terribly sweet. I didn't add any sweetener to it, but I just added a bunch of dried apricots to the brandy. I think we left it for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we tasted it along the way. Yes, some was left for my dad. Not much, but some. And it came out really great. Could not have been simpler. And frankly, it was very, very inexpensive. And it really has a nice touch as opposed to just giving somebody a bottle of brandy. It's a little bit more personal that way.
Yeah, and that's kind of brings us back to the main reason why we're doing this podcast so early. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, but a lot of this stuff will actually take some time to make. So the infusion could take a couple of weeks. And after that, you're already well past Thanksgiving, so it makes sense to kind of start this early.
Definitely. Another infusion idea is actually to make homemade vanilla.
Vanilla extract. And it is the best vanilla extract you will ever have.
We use this in our own kitchen.
Yeah, and we have a lot of it left over.
We do. Lots of chocolate chip cookies coming.
But if you have somebody in your family that's really they love baking or cooking, this is such an easy gift, and it's so good. So we've done this for a couple of years now, because we still have a bunch of it left over.
We still have it. Yeah, it must have been a couple of years ago. If I remember correctly, basically what you do is you go buy some real vanilla beans, which I will tell you right now, around us, we could only find at Whole Foods, and it was like $17 for 2.
And I actually got my last batch on Amazon.
And do that. Buy it on Amazon. If near you, if it's cheaper, go for that. But we didn't have any luck finding it cheaper, so Amazon was a good option for us. I'll include a link for that in the show notes for sure. But what did you do with the vanilla beans?
Basically, I cut like one end open. I threw it in there for a couple of weeks.
Did you scrape out the seeds?
I didn't yet. So I let it infuse first, and then I pulled out the banana leaves, the vanilla beans.
Banana extract.
And then I kind of squished all the seeds down, like kind of
like a toothpaste.
Just push it out like a toothpaste, right? And so all the seeds go into the spirit, and you just put everything right back in and just let it marinate. I think we've had ours for a couple of years now.
And it's still marinating.
Yeah,
we just left the vanilla bean in there. And frankly, having the vanilla bean in there really makes it look really great. Yeah. It looks a little bit messy, but I think
definitely homemade aspect to it.
Yeah.
And also, you can have fun with the flavors. So it doesn't have to be vodka.
That's
true.
You
can do a rum base. You could do a bourbon base. Whatever it is you want to do.
Will you get a better extraction if you use a high proof vodka, or?
The theory is, you would get a better extraction, but you really don't need to.
Well, if you're going to be leaving it
80 proof and just let it soak.
And if you're going to leave it for years, you don't really need a fantastically quick extraction. So that's definitely another good option. Frankly, if you don't have this in your kitchen already, I say gift this to yourself. It is so tasty.
Honestly, yeah, and just get one of the bunch of really tiny, cute little bottles. Just portion it out. For $30-$40 you can have 10 gifts
at most. Yeah, exactly. So going along the same line as infusions, this is kind of like one step further, is making your own liqueurs. And we've done this a couple of times on our site. I want to say it was earlier this year I made my own melon liqueur for a melon ball cocktail I wanted.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it came out really, really tasty.
Yeah.
But I think the real classic and the one that we've gifted in the past has got to be Lemoncello.
Yeah, we have given this a couple years ago, and it turned out really great.
And it just keeps in the freezer all year long. So even though you're giving the gift in the winter, unless of course you're in Australia, in which case drink it right away by all means. But if you're in the northern hemisphere and it's cold, just throw it in the freezer. It'll still be there in the summer.
Yeah, and Lemoncello and a little bit of sparkling water is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of great ways to use it. That over sorbet is amazing. It's so good.
You're making me hungry.
But it's another really easy, great gift idea, and the only difference is you're adding sugar to an infusion.
Right. I would say one thing, and that is with the melon liqueur, I don't think we did an infusion. We actually did that one using a syrup.
Right?
So it was a much quicker process, whereas with the limoncello, you do really need to do an infusion. It can be a little bit of work, and I want to say it took us several weeks.
Yeah, and you want to drop down the proof a little bit. 40%. Limoncello is pretty hard to swallow, no pun intended. Actually, no, I totally intended that. So yeah, you want to drop the proof, add a little bit of water, and don't worry about writing notes right now. We'll have plenty of links.
Yeah, exactly. We've definitely got the instructions for a DIY limoncello on the site, and we'll include that link for sure. But you're not limited to these two. I mean, fundamentally, what a liqueur is a flavored spirit that's been sweetened. And I say let your creativity go wild here. You can create infusions. We did this with dried hibiscus. We created a creme de hibiscus liqueur, which was delicious. You could make your own orange liqueur. You could make your own triple sec.
And you can make a lot of flavor combinations as well.
Very true.
Really go crazy with it. So have fun, get creative, and this will make an absolutely fantastic Christmas gift.
Yeah, and for this time of year, you could really also drill down on some great spice combinations.
Oh, yeah.
Orange and cardamom, gosh, all sorts of things. Apricots and pepper, all kinds of great ideas. So I think this is a really fun one. We'll have to try that this year.
Yeah,
I don't think we've done flavor combinations yet.
That might be the way we go this year.
I hope our family is listening.
Sorry, family.
We always do this. So does everything have to be made out of spirit?
No, and this is where you can really have a lot of fun. So every bartender I know has their own secret Bloody Mary mix, and they swear that it's the best.
And it's a secret.
Right, exactly. So this is a really great opportunity to give it as a gift. Create all the dehydrated spices together, put it in a pack. You can actually add the Worcestershire. I can never say that word right. Worcestershire. That one. Yeah, that sauce.
This whole podcast should be called Julia and Chris Mispronouncing Things.
I think we need to change the name of it.
I think we should.
But put all those ingredients. They have a long shelf life, and it'll make a great gift. And, put clear instructions on how to use it in a Bloody Mary and all that stuff.
So is it just like a dry spice mix that you add vodka and tomato juice to?
Yeah, pretty much. You can actually make it as a wet mix as well. Like I said, add the Tabasco in there if you want to.
But it won't keep as long, I imagine.
I think the Worcester sauce will.
Oh, great.
But anyways, yeah.
But you could always make a kit too.
Yeah.
That's an idea that we actually had as well, which is to put together a kit of the things you would need to turn your spice mix into a full Bloody Mary.
Now that you mention it, I think Worcestershire has to be refrigerated.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. So definitely read the label on your own bottle.
Don't trust us.
Don't listen to us. If you haven't learned that by now, then I apologize.
I know.
But yeah, you could give somebody a bottle of vodka, a couple cans of tomato juice, and your homemade spice mix, and then You could even make your own pickled garnishes, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Exactly. You're giving away the punchline.
I know. You didn't hear that. But not just Bloody Mary mix. Another idea would be to make what's called a shrub. Now, this one might be a little bit weird. So give this one to your family members who like to be adventurous culinary wise, because I think for folks who never tried it before, a shrub can be a little strange.
Yeah. So basically, it's a drinking vinegar. I said that right. It's a drinking vinegar. And it's really tasty, but as Julia mentioned, it can be a little bit strange. So if you've ever had a sour beer, which is kind of this not weird, but a very small style of beer, it's just very similar to
beer,
that.
but really sour.
Yeah.
And a drinking vinegar is, it's a drink, but it absolutely tastes like vinegar.
Right.
That element is there, but there's a lot of other things going on as well. Mm-hmm. And that's what a shrub is. And I really think they're wonderful. I like to mix mine with sparkling water. It's frankly, I think they're a really nice...
I like mine with gin. And sparkling water.
I don't think you're alone with that. But what's nice about these is they're not overly sweet.
Right.
I think they're a great gift for the folks in your life who tend to not like sweets for Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you've got those types of people in the family, this might be a fun option.
It's definitely different.
That's true.
It will get noticed.
And if they don't like it, you can always just take it back.
And for those people that do have a sweet tooth,
that would be me.
This is an easy gift, and that is syrups.
I love this one.
So easy to make, and you can throw in the kitchen sink if you want to.
As long as you add enough sugar.
Right. Whatever your combinations that you can think of, put it all in there. I'm just throw it in there and see what happens.
And I like to make sort of a thicker syrup because it's a little bit more flexible on usage. You can use it in cocktails, or you can even use it in like drizzling it on baked goods and all sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can have a lot of fun with that as well. And again, go wild here. We made our melon liqueur using a melon syrup. We have made strawberry syrups. We have made, every syrup under the sun.
Ones. Oh, I remember a couple years ago, I made a pineapple sriracha syrup, and was amazing. Did that with a mezcal cocktail, I believe it was.
That sounds incredible.
So good.
Just put that on my pancakes, please.
I know,
my
right?
Gosh.
But it's that kind of like sweet and sour taste of like Chinese food. It was so tasty.
That is right up your alley.
There's so many different combinations that you could really have a lot of fun with. Create little recipe cards for suggestions. I mean, you could go crazy with this one. If you want to, you can include the booze or not.
Or again, you can always, anything we say here, if it is typically paired with booze, like these mixers we're talking about, shrubs and syrups, just give them with the spirit alongside.
Make a whole kit out of it. If you want, you can put a mixing tin in there, all of it. Just go nuts.
You can go nuts. Exactly.
I think you probably find all that stuff at the Salvation Army and Ross and all those discount stores.
Exactly. And if you want to make it look really fancy with some old-fashioned glassware, I think we've mentioned this before, but our favorite place to buy really nice old-fashioned glassware, it's the Salvation Army.
Oh man, they're so great.
Thrift stores, exactly. Yeah. Unless you really need 6 or 8 or 12 of them, then definitely check out your local thrift store, because they often have onesie-twosies that are just great.
Amazing. Yeah, for like a quarter.
Yeah, real expensive.
Yeah. So the next one here is one of my favorites, and that is flavored salts and sugars. I love using these in cocktails. And not only that, you could use it on food as well.
I think that we've got to mention the ultimate.
Oh, it's so good. We still have some.
We do.
And we use it all the time.
Is the suspense killing you yet?
So I want to say it was about a year or two ago.
Must have been.
I made a cocktail that had prosciutto salt on it.
It was a melon cocktail, right?
It was a melon-based cocktail.
I remember you were doing a play on the traditional hors d'oeuvre with melon and prosciutto.
Right. So the melon was in the cocktail. So to kind of enhance the flavors and kind of have some fun with it, I made a meat salt basically, and it's so good. It is incredible, and it's great on eggs. It's great. I think, did we use it tonight? I think we might have put it on our dinner tonight. Even. Yeah. Anywhere that you use salt, use meat salt instead. You know what? It's unless you're a vegetarian. Pork. Well, that's ironic. We actually use it on pork chops, and it's fantastic. So this is definitely an option, but it's not limited to that. Other options we've created in the past are mushroom
a mushroom salt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you don't have to go crazy like we do. You can make a rosemary salt. You can do any sort of combination of spices. And these are so great, the salts especially, because they're so easy to use in cooking as well as rimming your glass for your cocktail.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And the same can be said with sugars as well. The same idea, the principles are all the same. So you could really have a lot of fun with it. And, just like you're a kid and you have that cinnamon sugar toast.
Yep.
Same idea.
Exactly.
That's all you're doing.
Exactly. And with the spices that are in season this time of the year, I think that this is a great option. Sprinkle it on top of your baked goods, rim your glass with it on your cocktail. I think you're in good shape. And I think for these also, it's really easy to package them up beautifully. I would just go to Amazon and buy some empty spice jars, make a big old batch, and you're done with your stocking stuffers right there. You did the whole family.
Yeah, it's true. And it's a unique gift. It's different.
It really is. And it seems like they last our family about half a year. And then we start hearing grumblings.
Yeah, we want more.
So we might have to do bigger spice jars this year, I think.
This one will take a little bit of time or a little bit of know-how. And that is, if you want to make this thing complete, if you're designing a kit around cocktails.
The whole enchilada.
The whole shebang. You have to figure out a garnish, right?
Absolutely. And this is what I was alluding to earlier in the Bloody Mary comment. This is, I think, where the Bloody Mary hits the road. That's probably not a good thing to say.
That's a terrible saying.
Don't ever hit the road with a Bloody Mary.
No. So anyways, let's move forward.
Let's pretend that never happened. And that is making your own pickled everything.
Yeah.
And with Bloody Marys, I've seen onions, green beans. I've seen bacon. Probably not pickled.
I hope not. That sounds
bacon.
gross.
Yeah, we haven't tried it though. So
but it's true. It could be amazing.
If anybody out there has pickled bacon, please let me know.
Oh, please. But
you could rim your glass with prosciutto salt.
You could.
That would be amazing. Oh, we haven't tried that.
We gotta go. But yeah, you could have fun, go crazy with this. With Gibson's, you can make your own onions, and they're absolutely fantastic. Green beans, as Julia said, you can go crazy. So have some fun. And some other ideas are cocktail cherries, brandy cherries.
Yeah, these are way easier than pickling. I think pickling is a little bit of a skill set on its own, and I'm not sure we've actually tried that. But brandy cherries we've definitely done.
Yeah, I believe we published an article a while ago going through the entire process of how you make cocktail cherries or brandy cherries as well. So
right. We had a friend of mine, Marianne from Mess Hall Cocktail Company, actually gave us a write-up of exactly how she makes her cocktail cherries. And now that I think about it, I'm not sure we've actually tried it.
Yeah, and she actually shipped us a bunch, and they were really good.
They were fantastic. So while we haven't tried making them ourselves, we have tried consuming them ourselves.
Yeah, and so if you're looking for a really great gift and you want to spend the money, those cherries are definitely worth it.
That's true. You could just buy hers. That would be a great gift for a cocktail lover.
That would be an amazing gift.
Yeah, but you can definitely make them yourself as well. It is a little bit of effort because you're going to need to, find the cherries, clean them out, and all that stuff. But after that, I'm not sure it's a lot of work. I think it's really just a bit like a liqueur. Really, you add spirit and you add sugar, something like that. But don't quote me on that. We'll include a link in the show notes for sure.
Right. Too many brandy cherries.
So hopefully this conversation is giving you a little bit of inspiration for your holiday shopping and maybe even lightens up your holiday shopping. Now, definitely plan ahead. Some of the things we talked about can take, I think the limoncello might have even been 6 weeks. So you definitely want to plan ahead and make sure you do have enough time to do the infusions or things like that. But definitely let us know what you're trying, and especially if you're doing any of your own liqueurs or any ideas that we talked about. We would absolutely love to hear what you did and how it turned out. And maybe even if your family liked it, let us know next year. That'd be cool. So once again, you can find all the show notes and all the instructions at mixologytalk.com/60. So happy infusing, everyone. I'm sure your family will love their Christmas gifts this year. Never miss an episode by subscribing in iTunes or YouTube. And as always, check out the show notes by clicking on the right.